A common scenario we get is I just either got hired as a teacher for a school, or my employer just said, "Hey, I need you to teach apprenticeship."
Okay.
I just got the Colt capacitor. There's tools on there. Have at it.
I guess where this is going.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Where are my teaching tools?
Right.
How do I teach using the capacitor?
Okay. This is my personal favorite part of the whole thing. Like, all the administrative stuff is kind of cool. No question about it. But this is where it gets fun, because this is what we all want to do. We want to teach. And so we have this review materials tab down here. So I'm going to click on review material. And in review material, I can literally see everything that my school or institution has available to teach. And so what I'm going to do now is I want to teach this bonding and grounding class that I just set up. I want to actually teach it. So I'm going to click on the 2023 bonding and grounding here right on my screen, and it'll open up a screen, and I'll see that I have available the answer key if there's a reason that I want to review that, and there could be cases where you want to. The book, this is important, okay? This is a specialized version of this book, and I'll just click into one here real quick because it's kind of fun to look at. This is actually the textbook in a nice widescreen format. It includes all the text, and then if I click next here, it's going to allow me to see the questions for that page. Could be multiple. There's one in this particular case. And notice right here, this one is showing the answer, which, Ryan, I know you get calls about this, like, hey, how am I supposed to use this in class? Because I can see the answer. And correct me if I'm wrong, I want to go down to menu, right?
Yes.
I gotta close this. I'm going to go down to menu here for just a second. And I can disable question answers. And then if I bring that up on the screen, there's the same exact question, and now the correct answer is not marked correct. And that's going to allow me to ask the class to answer it, get it wrong, submit it. It's going to say, you didn't get it right. Little cool thing to notice right here. It's going to give me a code reference. Hey guys, 90.1, go check it out. They're going to go into their code books and say, oh man, it's article 90. Let me submit, and then it's going to identify that we got it correct. A couple other features about this that are kind of interesting. We have our graphics, of course. You know, picture's worth 1,000 words. These books have thousands of graphics in them, so you are literally getting the best there is. But as I'm teaching, I might be like, you know, let me just highlight this right here. You know, guys, the NEC is not a design specification or standard. I can use this as a teaching tool. It's only on screen when I'm teaching. It's gone when I leave. So this is not, you're not permanently altering the document, which just makes it really nice when you're using it as a teaching tool. Anything else that I forgot on this page, right? I got drawing tools palette down here at the bottom. I kind of mentioned that.
I think that's everything on the digital book.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to close this full screen that I've got it on so we can see the tabs, and just mention that when you open a book, it goes into a separate tab. If you're comfortable on your computer, you can stay in full screen while you're teaching. Use Control Tab to switch between your tabs. If you're not, just leave the menu bar open there. You can close the tab, and it's going to take me right back into the capacitor. All right, so I'm back in full screen mode here. Next is my presentations. And these work very much the same way. I'll just go back with Article 90. Here's a presentation that's designed to step you through the book. And we've got a nice little menu up here, and we can edit the presentation. Might as well look at that, right? This is a pretty cool feature right here. I can pick a slide. Now, Ryan, I can hide the slide. I can rearrange the slide, right? I could drag it around if I wanted to. What else could I do? Is that pretty much it on that? Okay. Yes. And then I want to save my presentation before I leave so that I don't lose whatever edits. So if I'm going to move this just for the heck of it. I'm going to save my presentation. I can add a slide. That's kind of cool. If I have a photograph, right? This is not text. If you wanted to add text, Ryan, I would have to maybe make a slide in something somehow, and I would have to export it as a photograph. And then I could upload that photograph in here as an additional slide. Some other tools, hide all slides. That's in case you only want to show a few slides. You just hide them all and then, you know, unhide the ones that you want to see. Unhide all slides. That's like, hey, you want to do that? That clears anything that you've got hidden. Let's see, we have reset presentation. I've screwed this thing completely up and I just need to get it back where it was. So I'm going to click on Reset Presentation. And when I do, it's just going to put it back the way it was when I got started. If you use the drawing tools, and they're kind of hidden on the bottom of the screen here.
You got to be in full. You got to be in view presentation.
I'll go into. If I had drawn all over this baby with my crayon here, I've got my clear ink. Anything else, Ryan? I pretty much ran through presentations. Oh, show outline. And it just takes you here where you can see all the. Similar to edit presentation, but just an outline view. All right, so I'm going to switch back to the dashboard here, and I'm going to go to videos. Now, Ryan, I think you know, this is one of my favorites. When I came to work for My Colt Enterprises, I came here to help with the books, help with the videos, and teach seminars, and that is still my passion. And this works very much the same way. You click in, it's going to open the videos that are associated with this particular material. And you may notice in some instances, for instance here, it starts at chapter 2. Well, that's because the book has some additional materials that don't have video content, probably because it's extracted from one of the other books and included for reference. But any videos that are included with the book are actually right here. And my suggestion typically would be that you would use these in a classroom setting, Ryan, to emphasize a point, a change of pace or voice so it's not the same person talking all the time. Maybe you're not confident. You could be a newer instructor, you're not confident on a particular topic. Listen, as long as I've been in the industry and as much experience as I have, we get into things like some of these, the solar photovoltaic recording. I mean, you got Bill Brooks and Jim Rogers and all these other guys on there that are consummate experts. I mean, I'm scared to even say anything because these guys know so much. There's a lot of topics in there that I would rather just let them talk about it and then maybe guide a discussion afterwards about whatever happened in the video. That's what I've got on review material. Anything else you wanted me to cover?
No, actually, I had a quick question.
Sure.
Do students have a review material area?
Okay, well, yes. However, there's a difference here. The students, because they're completing assignments, they could get confused because they may go into the book that's maybe an assignment that is not released yet, or an assignment from a previous class they were in. All of that's available. And they might go in there and think they're doing something and they're not. So I would just say, yeah, they do. They have it there for reference. We really want them to have that. You could be in year one, and if you've got available the entire year's books, but not the entire year's assignments, that's okay. Because if you have a question and you're a first-year student, I want you to be able to look at the book and look ahead, just like you could in the textbook, and answer your own question, or bring that question to class and ask the instructor. So they do have full access to that. The videos, which I didn't show this, but the videos are in the classware. There's a videos tab up at the top, and they can click that and play the videos. In materials, they have the videos tab, and I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any place else they can see that, but that's how that would work.
Yeah, they also have the videos inside of the courses and digital books.
Inside of the courses, right? Okay.
Now, when we went into a book as an instructor,
Yes.
to review material, with those questions that popped up.
Yes.
Do those questions, as the students are in review material and they go to the book, do the questions show for them?
Well, Ryan, that's a great question that I don't know the answer to.
Quick answer is no, they don't.
Okay.
It's a common question I
I
get.
haven't been a student
I was
in
trying
one
to-
of my own institutions. Thank you for answering that question for me, Ryan.
So it's a common question we get is, okay, well, can my students go in and see the questions when
Before
Before.
I could understand
Because
why they would be
students would
concerned about
never be sneaky and try to get a sneak
Right.
peek of anything.
Right.
No, they
Okay.
can't.
Okay. Excellent.
It's just a digital book.
Excellent.
Great for review, but no, they can't see any questions.
Okay. Excellent.